You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
You know who it is. You know what it is. It's The Sizzle here on Iron Skillet Radio, Iron Skillet Television. We are the hottest talk in the 219. We are the hottest talk anywhere. Jay, how are you feeling today, baby?
About as good as a fight in the Illini.
Yo, we'll say that to the next segment when we talk about the Bulls. But listen, man, let's talk about the Bears real quick so we can get this out of the way because we need to talk about Bear stuff because it's real Bearsful. We need to talk about Desmond Trufant. Are you ready for Desmond Trufant with the beloved?
It's these type of signings that, okay, so you trade away Kyle Fuller and then you bring in Desmond Trufant on a 1-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even lock him up long, so this isn't your answer. So are you going to the draft now and seeing if you can find cornerbacks? Because this is a really not great draft for cornerbacks right now. So I'm still not understanding. I mean, I know you're saving some money, but you didn't need to. But what does Desmond Trufant really do for you? I mean, he's not an upgrade. And even with the money being saved, he's going to downgrade that side. He's not Kyle Fuller. And that's the issue. The Bears are going to rely on their defense again this year. And I'm not sure, what great things did he do up in Detroit?
Well, he was barely playing in Detroit because he was injured. His best years were in Atlanta. So let's look at it. You just asked about Kyle Fuller, right? So let's talk about Kyle Fuller. There's still some funny business and shenanigans going on here with the Bears. So Kyle Fuller wasn't officially released when we all got the information.
Right.
Kyle Fuller was being held on to until somebody would, maybe say, we'll take your money or you can do some things with this money. So I don't know, Jay. I'm really confused at their decision. And you know who else is confused at their decision?
The Bears?
Kyle Fuller.
Right.
He was asked, like, were you blindsided? Were you ready for this? And he was just like, it's a part of the business. It's a part of what they do. It's who they are. Yeah.
Absolutely correct. It's who they are. And this is what we said before. The Bears are now going to be known as a team that does not take care of its veterans. You saw Kyle Long go sign down with the Saints. Didn't even peek toward the Bears' way. Now you see him release Fuller on some ridiculousness. And then they signed Andy Dalton, but they still were in the mix with Russell Wilson up to an hour right before they signed Andy Dalton. Like, they weren't fully committed to Andy Dalton. So how does Andy Dalton feel? He's going to feel great because he's about to cash $10 million worth of paychecks. But this is the problem that the Bulls are having. Now you're going to start seeing them getting not top-tier free agents to come and play for the Bears. This is a recipe for disaster. I don't know if any of you guys saw the thumbnail I put up, but I had the Angel of Death looking over the Chicago Bears logo because he's got the sickle out and the Bears are about to get their heads lopped off.
Well, you're trying to, let's say, you want to downgrade or you want to save money from the $13 million base salary that Kyle Fuller was that he was expecting and that what he would have gotten. But okay, so now you've cut him within an hour. He signed with Denver, and now he's reunited for better terms. Reunited, and it feels so good for Vic Fangio as he picks up. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ooh,
And now
peaches.
he's picked up a solid Peach and Herb.
Wow.
I never understood with Peaches and Herb. Okay, so let's talk about this very quickly.
Okay.
I don't like the name Herb. Okay, because either it's Herb or Herb, and it irks me. Which one are you? Are you Herb or are you Herb? I don't know, and I don't know how peaches and herbs go together. It's always been.
So were they a real item or just a thing? You know what I'm saying, that they had for publicity? Because I didn't,
Well, they had multiple peaches, but my understanding was that each peach, Herb had sprinkled himself on.
Wow.
Right.
Had plucked the peach.
Yeah. So, okay, this whole crazy process starts. And to your point, Jay, so the Bears are saving $11 million that you really didn't need to save at that point because you didn't need it.
Right.
But you're still in the running for Russell Wilson. But Russell Wilson isn't on the market. So
I'm sorry. I need that good laugh. The Bears don't get Russell Wilson. That's hilarious. Go ahead.
And so now, you still haven't signed Cordero Patterson.
No.
He's all over social media telling people, yo, if they really want me, they come get me. You just flubbed and blew the whole thing with letting your number one receiver target, Kenny Golladay, go to the Giants.
Yeah,
which kudos to him. I mean, if you got $4 years, $72 million, God bless you, bro.
You, and he's not even a breakaway speed top wide receiver. He's a big bodied wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? So even with the Bears, you got to have a guy who can put the ball on the back shoulder so he can block. We don't have that type of quarterback here. We need a guy who can take the top off of defense. So that's not a guy that can play here.
And so now you've already angered Anthony Miller because you let the world know you're getting ready to trade him, or you're in the process of. You told Akeem Hicks, go out there, find you a trade partner, find you a deal. Looked like he was rolling around Denver. I don't want to do it, Jay, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Go on with your bad self.
When you start putting things together, especially businesses, an organization based off privilege, this is the problem that you come into each time. You have a general manager and a head coach that sold you a bill of goods. They told you they know what they're doing. And remember, we talked about this with Jim Boylan. This is the used car salesman theory.
Yeah.
And Chicago seems to be the home of being duped by executives.
Yeah.
Get paid well to do nothing.
Only driven on Saturdays by a little old lady.
This is really, and to your point again, how do you now correct this in the mind of other free agents? Like, no. Chicago's a good place to go.
No, you don't.
No, it's a great place. It's a great city. You can have a great time there. You can ball out because they're going to treat you well. Yeah.
Well, that's the problem with the Bears. The Bears, for whatever reasons, believe they are a storied franchise still. Mm-hmm. And they believe Chicago is this huge draw. Like, oh, look at the places you can go eat and everything. I'm sorry. Have you watched the news lately? You can't drive your car in Chicago or you're going to get jacked. You got three-quarters of, they said, I'm sorry, wrong term. 25% of the businesses that were downtown are probably not coming back until next year during the COVID season. So after the COVID season, it's going to take them that long for some of them to get back and for some of them to be able to find partners that are willing to come in and give them the seed capital so that they can reopen. Mm-hmm. So this is a place that's not as beautiful as you think it is. You got your wig on backwards, Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Your wig's on backwards.
And Chicago is also the home of now hospitals that are not giving COVID shots to patients who really need it.
We're not giving them to you. Nope. Ain't happening. We're going to the suburbs.
So, with all that said,
yeah,
as an amazing, wonderful wrap up to this whole thing, you lost an all-pro, all defensive corner. You let the quarterback that you had opined for and worked so hard to get, you let him go. He signed with a new team.
Yeah.
You signed the wide receiver that you probably should have re-upped last year and you wouldn't have had these problems.
Absolutely.
And by the way, you have a broken, defunct cornerback and quarterback.
Here is the funny part about all this new signing and no signings and all this. You signed Angelo Blackson to the defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Who is he?
Yay.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, this is a guy you go.
Oh, I just thought about that. And by the way, last show we talked about it. How Long now is playing with the Chiefs.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, how's that working for anybody? How's that? Nobody? And you know, the most logical person they could probably cut to make some draft space and some cap space is Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
Haven't heard about Jimmy getting cut.
I got some news here for Mr. Blackman is his name?
Yes. Breaking news.
He
Breaking
had
on the sizzle.
20 total starts in 3 seasons for the Texans. All right.
Right.
I had 53 total tackles. That's not a whole bunch.
Right.
And then after the 2019-2020 season, he signed a 1-year contract with Arizona Cardinals for guess how much?
How much?
$910,000.
All right. And his Bears total is?
A little bit over 900,000. He look, this is what he got. We got more than that. He got 2 years at $5.5 million, $3 million guaranteed. All right. So he's getting, look, this is ridiculous. This guy, he has a sacks incentive, but no play time incentive. So get out there and get us some sacks, but there's no guarantee how much playing time you get. None of your incentives are locked in on your playing time.
You know what's crazy about this is real, and I'm not saying the Chicago Bulls are doing this per se. I'm saying this is Bulls-esque in the fact that
The Bears.
you know, the Bulls, when you go and play against the Bulls, you are pretty much at this point, especially if you're big, you're guaranteed to have a career night. We're probably going to talk about it a little bit more. And no problem. We're going to talk about it more in the Bulls segment. Like Rudy Gobert almost had his first triple-double.
Yeah.
And you can do that against the Bulls. With the Bears, you can get paid. I mean, you can be terrible.
Yeah.
And have a decent agent and get paid.
This guy.
I mean, paid, bruh.
This guy's going to be a rotational player. That means he's probably going to get 7 or 8 snaps a game. Maybe 9.
Oh, and then you let Urban go. He left. His wife a few months ago was campaigning on Instagram.
Yeah.
She wanted him to live long and be a Bear for life. That didn't last long. And now you're looking at getting a Denver linebacker.
Yeah. Achu. Another guy, not a big producer.
None of these people, big producers.
So why? Why? I guess just because you have to put players out to play. I'm assuming that's what has to happen, because none of these guys are ringing the bell right now. Absolutely none of them are ringing the bell. And are you going to be any better than you were last year? And we all know that answer is absolutely no.
Yeah.
So you got Andy Dalton, overpaid for him. You overpaid for this defensive lineman who didn't make $1 million a year before, but now you gave him $5.5 million and $3 million guaranteed. Why? Because he's coming to the Chicago Bears.
That's right.
You pissed off Akeem Hicks. Can I say that? I guess I can.
Yeah.
You got so he's gonna. You think he's gonna play hurt? I give Akeem Hicks about 3 games this year, and I got a hammy. That's enough of that.
So, yeah, well, you know what? That lets me know that anytime we get to this part of the show and Jay gives us that look,
Yeah.
and I guess it's time to say night because it's getting bad. It's getting bad.
Bears football. There's no hope. There's no joy in Mudville. Look, I know Casey is going up to bat without a bat. That's what's happening with the Chicago Bears. Look, this is going to be the worst offense in the league, bar none. When I say we're talking about a solid 32, 3-2 on the bottom. They still haven't addressed this offensive line, and I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to try to, because if they were going to do it, they'd have pulled the trigger on somebody. So you mean to tell me you're going to bet all your cookies on getting an offensive lineman out of the draft, and you're going to start him at your left tackle position? That's what you're going to do? It's like, come on, man.
Yeah. You're going to start a right tackle, left tackle, and probably a right guard. So you need everybody. So
it's just sad on so many different levels, because the Chicago Bears are the monsters no more.
Well, let's leave it there. Let's see. This segment is Monsters No More. And here you go with the Bears, and maybe they will, but probably they won't. But you know what you can do is you can log in and subscribe and like, share anywhere on any social media platform that you find Iron Skillet Sports. We are there for you, and we're there to comfort you. All you have to do is look for us at Iron Skillet Sports or find us at hashtag IronSkillet219. That's hashtag IronSkillet219.
Yes.
You can find us anywhere. So make sure that you're liking, sharing, and subscribing. Push the button here, push the button there, push the button over
everywhere.
There, push the button everywhere. Yeah. But, I don't have to tell you. You already know what to do because you know who it is. You know what it is. This is the Sizzle here on Iron Skillet Radio, Iron Skillet Television. We are the hottest talk in the 219. We're the only talk of the 219, and we will see you on the other side.
And I'm not a pirate.